Hey everybody, it's Ian the Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. I'm jumping on here live again randomly like I always seem to do. So if you haven't already, hit that button down below that says subscribe and click the bell notification icon so that way you get notified every time I go live. I'm not showing my face because honestly I'm in my pajamas and I didn't come on here to I came on to just do a little bit of art with y'all. So it's just going to be the tabletop today. Hope that's okay with y'all. Hi, Ines. So we're going to be working on creating an envelope. This is what we did previously. You may have seen this video on my YouTube channel where I used a piece of acetate to give the card a little bit of pizzazz, if you will, I guess. Just something a little different. And I wanted to create an envelope. I feel like I'm going to sneeze at any moment, so I'm sorry, guys, if I sneeze. Oh, there it is. So this is the card I made. And then I recently bought this stamp set from Lawn Fawn because I really wanted the telescope and this little mouse. And I have a great idea for an envelope that coordinates to this card. So they're both Lawn Fawn stamp sets and they both kind of coordinate together. So today we're going to be creating a card that I can put that, or I'm going to create an envelope that card can go into. So we're going to do that today. The first thing, though, is we've got to create our envelope using a piece of paper. So I have my 123 punch board. And guys, if you're in here tonight, don't forget to say hello using the chat. I always love to see who is here. This one may be a little bit of a long one, who knows. So we're just going to run with it until we're done. So first of all, I need to find out what size piece of paper I need for an A2 envelope. And the printed guide over here tells me that I need a piece of paper that is 8 1/4 inches. So the first thing that I got to do is cut a piece of paper to 8 1/4 inches square. So let's do that really quickly. And during tonight's live, I'm going to be up, down, everywhere. Just all my supplies, I don't have them organized, so we're just going to make do with them. So 8 1/4 inch should be, or there's 8 1/4. I'm going to cut that off, and then I'm going to flip it, and do it again. I think we should be pretty close. Yeah, just a hair over. And this is just 60 or 80 pound. I never remember. I think this is 60 pound paper from Recollections. So we're going to put that in there for now. So I have my square here, and I look back at the directions, and it tells me to score, to place it at, where is it? A2 size is 3 5/8. So I look on here, and I find 3 5/8, and I score it, and I punch, and then you rotate it. I have a whole video on how this works. Hey, Robert. So I'm going to do that again. Score and punch. Flip it over. Let it fall into that little groove. It kind of fits itself into the groove on the other side. Whoops. Punch. And one more time. There we go. Oops, I almost forgot to punch. Put that right back in and punch. And now since I want my corners rounded, I'm going to put it onto the corner rounding part. There we go. And I can put this all away. And of course get rid of my punch poopies. Everyone got such a kick out of punch poopies whenever I did that 123 punch board video. Let me put my mat down. This is my, hey Kathy. This is my mat that I use. This is the Ken Oliver Most Incredible Stamp Mat Ever, or something like that, a craft mat ever. It's a great mat. I love it a lot. All right. Now that I've done that, it's time to kind of lay out my card a little bit. Or my envelope. I keep saying card. It's an envelope. It is a wicked cool gadget, and I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it flat because I'm going to be working on stamping on it today. By the way, I did buy the coordinating dies for this as well. And I just kind of want to lay out, I want my mouse and my telescope down here because I'm going to use a moon stamp up here in this corner. Hey, Philip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Tim Holtz stamp platform out. Let's see which way. I think I'll go I usually have the door going this way. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. I don't normally, because my tripod and everything are in the way, I typically don't put it towards the top. But it doesn't really matter. You don't have to have it that direction. All right, so we're going to just kind of lay out. Remember, our stamp's going to go here. I don't have to put my address over here. I can put it on the flap. I want my address somewhere in the center-ish. So I want the mouse and the telescope over on this side. This is the first time I'm using this stamp set. I'm going to grab my Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and we do have a thunderstorm going on. It's kind of subsided for now, but you never know what's going to happen. I may lose power. If that happens, I'll try to get back on as soon as I can. All right. So I kind of want the telescope there. And I want my little mousey right about there, I think. I know it's hard for y'all to see, but I think that's where I want to put them. Just like that. I'm going to angle the platform a little bit so that way I can see it a little more clearly. Try to get all the angles. I think that'll work. So I'm going to put that like that. Oops. Everything looks a little cattywampus. Sorry, guys. Oh, it didn't pick out the mouse. There we go. Wouldn't that have sucked? That would have sucked. All right. Put it back up into the corner. I'm going to grab my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I do need to grab a baby wipe to clean off my stamps whenever I'm done. So I'm using Memento Tuxedo Black ink because I am going to be using Copic markers to color in these images. And these are new stamps, so I bet you... How did the mouse get so far up? Ugh. Dang it. Well, that didn't quite go the way we wanted it to, but guess what? There's another side. That is easy. The mouse must have fallen off whenever I was stamping. Or getting ready to stamp, I should say. So let's do this again. I'm going to dry them off. Yep, it sure did. It sure did move. So we're going to try it again. Put the telescope there. Put the little mouse here. I'm going to stand up. And it should hopefully that'll work. Okay, I'm going to pick them both up at the same time. There we go. No, you're good, Ines. It happens. But that's the good thing is I have the other side of the paper, so not really a big deal. Alright, so let's stamp this again and see if it looks better. Don't forget, guys, you're also on a delay. So I'm about 30 seconds ahead of y'all. That looks much better. I'm going to hit it one more time just to really make sure that it's inked. These are new stamps, and it usually takes a little bit of time to get them, like, seasoned, I guess is the best way to put it. There we go. That's going to work. All right, so I'm going to clean them off. All right, and I'll put it back onto here for now. And I'm done with my platform for now. Time to bust out the Copic markers. All right. So many different colors to choose from. Oh, dang. Didn't want to put those up yet. It's okay. We'll get back to them in a minute. All right, let's close up. There we go. So I'll need to pull that stamp back out again, but I'll do it here in a minute. All right, what color should we color everything? I'm going to color the legs of the tripod first, I think. Let's do it in, yeah, I guess a brown. Let's do a brown. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to do my little mouse in this kind of flesh tone. I don't really have a lot of Copics, so I kind of have to just go with what I have. And I am watching chat, so please feel free to say hello. I always love interacting with you guys, so please feel free to say hello or make a suggestion. There we go. That looks okay. I need to get a darker one of these. It's an E00 skin white. I need to get a darker color. Should we make his little belly gray? I have pink. I'm gonna fill that in. Just like that. Bippity boppity boo. All right. What should I do? Guess I should do like yellow for the little mount. What do you think? Gonna do a little yellow band right there. And then what color should the telescope be? Gray? Kathy says gray. Should it be gray? Or should we use one of my favorite colors? The duck blue. What do you think about duck blue? The gray that I have is a very dark gray. It's a warm gray. Oops, I'm not holding it on camera. I'll show you what it looks like. See, I'm afraid that's going to get lost in the sky. And I really kind of want it a brighter color so that it doesn't get lost. Let's go with a fun color. This doesn't have to be realistic. I'm going to go with this duck. Ooh, I hear some thunder. I don't know if y'all heard that. So let's go with this kind of duck blue. I like that. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I agree, Kathy. I am going to lighten it up a little bit. There we go. And put the yellow on the front. Like this would be where the first lens is. Back here would be where the second lens is. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. All right, what about his tummy right here? What should we do for the tummy? Brown seems a little much. Gray could work. Like a little gray around his tummy. I have black, but that doesn't really make sense. Pink definitely doesn't make sense. I think we're going to go for the gray. Yeah, it's okay. That'll work. All right. Where does this one go? That one goes in there. So obviously I need to get more markers, but that will be in the future. All right, now we're going to set this aside. A lot of times I just use my shelving as an extra vertical surface. So I'm going to grab those stamps again. Put the yellow where, Philip? In the stomach? What happens if you put yellow in the stomach? Let's find out. So remember, this is the gray that I used. Doesn't really do anything. Kind of turns it into this weird yellow color. And I'm not sure that I like that. What do you think? Philip, what do you think? Tell me. I don't know. I guess it could work. Oh, gotcha. There we go. Whoops, I'm getting stamps stuck to me. Okay, so now I have my stamps and I need an acrylic block. I got my acrylic block. I'm just going to pick these up. And I am going to grab my Memento Tuxedo Black ink again. And I don't really even have to do this all that well. This is just going to be a mask. We're just creating a mask. So it doesn't have to be a great impression at all. Oops. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pair of scissors. I have my, this is a full sticky note sheet. I'm going to take my full sticky sheet, cut that out, and then fussy cut, which you all know how much I hate fussy cutting, but this will be worth it, right? Hopefully it will. I don't have to be perfect with my cuts because as long as I'm staying like semi around the line, that's all that matters. Yes, they are, Philip. Post-it notes, especially the full sticky post-it notes, they're one of the things that I recommend having in your craft room because they are so versatile and can do so many different things. So if you are just starting in the craft world, post-it notes are a top item to have in your craft room. And it would be great to cut this out with the die, except the die is going to give us that extra white space. Because somebody might be out there asking, like, well, why aren't you using those dies that you got? Well, because they they don't cut close enough for what I'm looking for. Right? I want to really get in here. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get it as tight as I want around this little part of the telescope. But that's okay. We're going to do what we can, right? I know it's probably off camera. Philip, where are you? Are you in Australia? Because it's winter in Australia right now. It's also, oh, New Zealand, got it. So not too far off from there. There we go. So now I'm going to keep cutting out the rest of my telescope. Are you in your craft room, Philip? I thought Mark was going to be here. Maybe Stephanie's live right now. I don't know. He messaged me saying like, hey, your thing says you're supposed to be live right now. Where are you? I was like, yep, setting everything up. Getting it started. Be there in a minute. I'm just fussy cutting still. Oops, cut a little close there. Think it'll be okay though. It's still on the black part, that's what matters. There we go. All right. Now I just need to get the bottom part of the legs for the tripod. Probably way off camera, I'm sorry guys. I'm watching from my office / bedroom. Yes, I know how that is. Brother Cut and Skin would cut them out for you. I know. I need to invest in one. Don't I? Someday I will invest in one. I just don't know where the hell I would put it. I've got so much stuff in here. I don't know where that machine would go. It's not going to be perfect, but it doesn't have to be, right? There we go. Get all my little sticky bits off of here. All right, so I'm going to take my telescope. I'm going to lay it right on top. Just making sure that everything's covered up as best as possible. It's going to be probably a little off. That last leg is giving me trouble. One done, one to go. You were right, sir. Keep getting it off. It's not on perfectly. All right, there. Close enough. There, all right. I'm leaving that alone. One more to go. This one's going to be a little more tricky because of all the curves. But again, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. It just needs to be close. But I can cut a little bit of the black line and be okay. This is why I hate fussy cutting and why I don't do it very often. But this card, or this envelope, calls for it. And so I sacrifice. I sacrifice and I do it. It'd be nice to have one of those liquid masks that like Christina Warner uses all the time. She hasn't used one lately, actually, now that I think about it. But she has that kind of like sticky mask thing. This would be a perfect time to do that. The good news is I don't have to cut out the tail. I can just cut that straight off because I won't need it. That's gonna be hard. Ooh, I hear more thunder. I don't know if my system is picking it up for y'all to hear as well, but I can hear some thunder. All right, there's that. Almost done, guys. Just got little bit up here. There we go. I just need to pull this little bit out. There we go. So now all right, there's my masks. Ready to go. Snowbound. Yes, I do have the dies. However, they are bigger than what I want. So let me show you. Here's the die. Here's the mouse. This is bigger than the area. So I would have a white halo around my mouse. And that's not what I want. I want the color that I'm about to put down to go all the way onto where the mouse is. I don't want that white halo around it. I know, Kathy, this drives me crazy too. I hate this part. This is what I absolutely hate the most about doing this. But it's over. It's done with. That's fine. We're going to move on I'm going to use a scrap piece of paper now. Yep, that should work. Actually, no. I'm going to cut this part off. I always save pretty much all my scraps. What I want to do I'm going to cut something like this. And y'all can't see. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to zoom back out so that way y'all can see everything that's going on. Put that in there. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this curve out. So now I have two bits. This is going to be my like grassy area, and this is going to be my sky. So before I get too far, I need to lay down some tape, and I'm going to put it onto my hand so that way it doesn't, or my arm, so that way it doesn't stick so incredibly much, but I want to mask off the area that I want to stay clean. So everything, I only want to decorate the front of this envelope. I don't want the back half to get inky, right? And thankfully that doesn't hurt at all, which is good. Did I do that long enough? I sure didn't. It'll be close enough. Ooh, that one did hurt a little bit. I was just talking about, oh, that doesn't hurt. That one hurt a little bit. I'm going to put that right there. All right, so now this is what I'm going to be working with for my envelope. We're going to start off with green. Now remember, my moon is up in this corner, so we kind of want it to go from a lighter to a darker in this direction, because remember that's where our light is coming from. I'm going to grab my ink blending brushes. That is turquoise. I want my green. This one is, oops, this one's green. No, this one's green. Jennifer Warner? I'm forgetting names, apparently. Gave me these. She gifted these to me, so... why does that sound wrong? No, Christina Warner. McGuire. Jennifer McGuire. Wow. Can I think tonight? Apparently not. She gave that to me. And I'm over here looking for the right color. We have Lucky Clover. I don't think I have anything darker. We might end up blending a little black soot on top of it, but we'll see. So I have my blending brush. I want it right about there, so I'm going to put a little tape on it. What's with the string on it? That tells me what color it is. So this one is a dark green, and then I have, this one is like a pink or red. So those strings tell me what color they are. You could put it on your pants. Yeah, I could do that too. That also works. All right, so I'm going to take some Lucky Clover, some Lucky Clover Distress Oxide. I'm going to go, let's start over here. My whole table shakes whenever I do this. And I'm very heavy-handed when it comes to ink blending. I can't, I just don't know why, but I can't give light pressure. It just doesn't work for me. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to leave that there. Perfect. I got it on my fingernail. How did I do that? All right, so now we're going to do the sky. And with the sky, it's going to be several different colors. I'm going to stick that over there because I am going to use that again. This is always the fun part when you get to do a little bit of a reveal. Perfect. So there's that. We're going to go the other way now. We're going to mask off the ground. Grab my tape again. Tape that like that. Oops, I'm getting my, I'm getting an inky. Got to be careful not to get that on the upper part. I think we're okay. I'll just have to be careful when I'm over there. All right, so let's get some other distress ink, or oxides, I should say. Let's see, what colors do I want? I want some Blueprint Sketch. I want some Wilted Violet. Maybe some Broken China to go in between those two. So it looks like that. I think we'll go with that. So we'll go from purple to the Broken China to the Blueprint Sketch. First color is purple. Do I have a purple? I don't think I have a purple. So we're going to put it in with a regular ink blending. So I want to mainly focus it over in this corner. So I'm going to start off and then gently move on. I'm just trying to be very careful not to get it into my green. Because remember, if you mix purple and green, it becomes a yucky color. So I'm going to cover up that green, and hopefully they won't interact. I do like that the Distress Oxides blend like butter, as Laura Bassett says. So now let's get a blue. I think this is the only blue I have. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So I'm going to take Broken China now. I'm going to start off and bring it on. I do love these. I don't remember the name of these brushes, but they are buttery smooth. These definitely were originally intended for makeup, and then the crafting world said, yes, please, and jumped on that bandwagon real quick. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to clean off my blending brush. Just get it nice and clean. It's okay if a little of the color mixes in. That helps give you the fade that you're looking for. So now we're going to go to Blueprint Sketch. And pick up some of the Blueprint Sketch. The handles are pretty flimsy on these though. That's the only thing that I don't like. Is the handles just, I have a heavy hand. I can't help it. I don't know why that is. It's just, that's just how it is. Picket Fence blending brushes. Thank you so much. Couldn't remember who that was. But I love it that I can start like dead center and really get that color on. And I don't have to worry about like showing marks or anything. They blend. I mean, it helps that the Distress Oxides blend so well. But I mean, look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. All right, get that nice and clean. There we go. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of black soot. You're not really supposed to mix your Distress Oxides and Distress Inks together. You really should stick with one or the other. But I want to go in and darken this up a little bit. So I'm going to put some more tape down just to kind of, because there's some on the tape and I don't want it to pick it up onto my blending brush or my blending blender, the blender thing. I'm just going to mask that off so that way it doesn't pick up any of that distress oxides. I'm going to pick up some black soot. We're going to go very gently with this. Now I just said that I don't have a great, I'm not very great at going gently, but we're going to try. We're going to pat it off over here. Oops. Microfiber brush helps clean, or microfiber helps clean the brushes. Thank you so much. That's a very good tip to have. All right, so does that look very good right now? No, it doesn't. But hang on, I promise we'll get it fixed. Because we're going to go back with our blue. We're going to go back with our blueprint sketch. And we're going to fix it. And you're going to be like, whoa, Ian, that was an amazing transformation. And I'm going to be like, I know. What did I tell you? Look at that. And that's the best thing about the oxides is you really can layer them. Perfect. What do you think, guys? I think that looks great. So now it's time for the big reveal. This is always the fun part. Whoops. That goes into the trash can. Oops, my tape's tearing, but that's okay as long as it's the tape and not the paper. All right, here comes, let's go close-up cam for this. Look at that. That's looking pretty cool already, guys. All right. Now we're going to gently pull back. Left a little white because I wasn't exactly spot on. So there is a little bit of a white halo, but it's not that bad. Boom. Look at that. Look how cute that is. I'm loving that. All right, so now it is time to put our stamp up in the corner. Where are my stamps? Oh, here it is. I only have 2 more of these. Oh, man. So I have this forever stamp that is a global stamp of the moon. I'm going to put it up here in the corner. There we go. What do you think, guys? That's it. Of course, I need to put the recipient's name on it, but I don't want to do that on camera. I did find... Thank you so much, Snow. I appreciate that. I did find a stamp set. If I can find it. I had it here. Yeah, here it is. So this is from Simon Says Stamp. And if you can see, it looks like... So the letters are made up of dots. And what's really cool is you can turn this into stars using either white ink or some embossing powder. And so I could put their name and make it look like they're stars. So there we go. There is our envelope. I will work on getting their address and getting this all addressed and ready to go. But I think this came out super adorable, and it's going to work perfectly for my Out of This World card. So we have, this is going to be the card that goes inside the envelope, and these will pair up very nicely together. What do you think? Yeah, I think this is going to go great together. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for today. Maybe I should have just done the blue and the purple and the... Anyways, it looks good. It looks good the way it is. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and chatting with me. And again, if you missed this live, make sure to click that subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon. That way you get notified every time I go live, and you can join in all the fun and chat with me just like Philip and Snow and Kathy and Ines and everybody else. So I thank you guys so much for joining me tonight, and I hope y'all will join me again very, very soon. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a great evening, and remember, normal's just a setting on the dryer. Bye.